World Boxing Super Series news, Krzysztof Glowacki to appeal his loss to Mairis Briedis. Blessed, loved, and blessed day. Boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fire and this is real life boxing. Krzysztof Glowacki wants to appeal his KO loss to Mairis Briedis. Before we get into it, I'm gonna ask you guys to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded and you can be notified when we're going live. Now, Krzysztof Glowacki was getting a crazy fight against Mairis Briedis this past weekend in the World Boxing Super Series semifinals, in which I covered this fight. Glowacki suffered a KO loss, very controversial. A whole bunch of things went wrong in this fight. He was hit with an illegal elbow, a blatant illegal elbow that dropped him. He was never given the 5 minutes to recover. He was forced to get up and fight. He was dropped again after the bell had went off for like 20 seconds. Came out the next round and got knocked out. So the article reads, if you didn't know by now, we had a pretty nutty fight this weekend in a World Boxing Super Series semi-final match between Krzysztof Glowacki and Mairis Briedis. To quickly recap, in the second round, Glowacki would throw an illegal punch to the back of Briedis' head, and Briedis would retaliate with an elbow to the chin, costing him a point deduction. Briedis would then score a legitimate knockdown of Glowacki, but the two fighters would slug it out well past the bell soon after. The ringing bell basically went ignored, like King Landon's trying to surrender in an enraged Targaryen, and the fire and brimstone ensued as the referee never stepped in to halt the action. So during the late exchange after the bell, Briedis would drop Glowacki again, officially ruled a knockdown, and Glowacki would never really recover, getting immediately stopped once the third round began. The whole thing was epic, chaotic mess, and Team Glowacki didn't intend on letting the official results slide with some pushback. So now, Ring TV reports that Glowacki and his team will be filing an appeal of the official result, hoping to have the fight overturned. It is hard to accept such a situation, Glowacki told the Ring through an interpreter of the Knockout Promotions on Sunday. I would never expect an elbow. I had never fought anyone who fought like that. I was not interested in acting. I wanted to continue and win this fight with classic boxing. The elbow was really strong and clear to the chin. I did not know what happened. I did not remember a lot after that. I did not hear anything. I was trying to make my chance in a direct war. The direct war didn't work out so well for Glowacki, obviously, but he certainly was no saint in the whole situation. In fact, he sort of kicked off the dirty fighting with a blatant rabbit punch that Briedis took exception to. The rest of it was squarely on referee Robert Byrd, who completely mishandled the situation. Here's what Glowacki's manager had to say about their plans to file an appeal. The situation is difficult for everybody, for the tournament, for federations, and for everybody around this fight. If anyone wants to build respect for boxing, we must be against such a situation and try to find a clever solution. I read that experts, fighters, and fans from all over the world are sure that it should be a no contest or disqualification. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I don't blame Glowacki's team for seeking an official overturning of the result, but I am just not optimistic for them. For one, the result would presumably have to be overturned by a Latvian commission, who I doubt would be inclined to do that to their hometown hero. Second, I doubt Glowacki's team will get much support from the World Boxing Super Series itself, who are probably more than happy to keep their tournament moving along with a finals match between Briedis and Junior Doricus. If the World Boxing Super Series had to do a do-over, that would mean another fight card with more purse money to pony up which considering the multiple reports of World Boxing Super Series financial struggles, I doubt they have the budget for, and would delay their finals match, which is currently slated for the fall. Now, of course, this won't mean much to the average fan who would gladly tune in for a rematch and probably wouldn't mind if the finals got pushed back a bit, but people who have to front the money will care. So far, I've yet to see any word from the World Boxing Super Series even suggesting they want the fight ruled to no contest, but it will be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out. We'll keep you posted. Now, I just wanted to cover this real quick because I did cover this fight. I did do a fight breakdown on it, and I thought that the outcome of the fight was really controversial, and I thought that something else should have been done about it. But now that the fight is over, it's kind of hard to overturn the decision, you know what I mean, because it's just a whole bunch more business-wise that's involved, and that's not just that easy to do. But in my personal opinion, I feel bad for Glowacki, like I said in the video that I did covering this fight. You know, he did kick off the illegal activities, but his foul wasn't as blatant, nor was it as vicious as Briedis. Now, you know, Briedis could have waited for them to, you know, could have waited for the referee to pardon them, and then he could have came back with his own illegal shot, maybe a low blow, you know, maybe waited till they got to the clinch and hit him with a rabbit punch, or he could have just, you know, came back with a rabbit punch like most fighters do, or you hit me in the back of the head, the next fighter returns the punch. But I mean, the blatant elbow, I mean, I mean, it was uncalled for, and the way that the referee handled the situation was completely, you know, unprofessional. It went against the rules of boxing. I mean, this man was never given his 5 minutes to recover, and that in itself, just maybe if he would have just given him the 5 minutes to recover, you know what I mean, he could have got his wits back about him, and you know, maybe the outcome of the fight could have been different. I don't follow these two guys. I don't know who's the better fighter. I don't really have a, you know, I don't have an assumption of who was gonna win the fight if that didn't happen. But I feel like the elbow was a direct cause to the events that followed, you know, in the next few minutes. So hey, I'm glad that my man is appealing it. I don't know what's gonna be the outcome, you know what I mean? Like I said, like you know, like the reporter said, I doubt anything is gonna come of it, but he should definitely appeal it. He has the right to appeal it because he was mishandled, you know what I mean, in the fight. So I want you guys to tell me what y'all think about this subject. It's another non-trending, but hey, we gotta be original here at Real Life Boxing, man. It's a bunch of these channels talking about the same thing, you know what I mean, and like, it's like, how much of that can you listen to? So we got original content. Well, you know, not original, it's the article on Bad Left Hook Boxing, but shout out to Bad Left Hook Boxing. This is Coach Fire in Real Life Boxing, and y'all know what we ask here at Real Life Boxing: protect yourself at all times. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.